Hello, my name is Derek Morrison. I'm a sales manager with Toshiba Canada. Today I want to talk to you about Toshiba's new line of BX industrial label printers, specifically how we're going to connect to that label printer via a USB cable from a single computer, which is a very common configuration request. On the Toshiba BX400 and 600 printer series, there's something called an NDIS utility that enables a connection between the printer and your PC via a virtual network interface over the USB cable. This is used for configuring the printer's web utility to access settings that are not available through the standard print driver. I'm going to share a screen and we're going to start right away. So here we are at toshibatech.com downloads. I will post a link to this in the comments in the YouTube video. But here's where we can download the driver. And also this is here we can download the instruction manual for how to install the driver. I'm going to go through in detail how to install the driver. The next thing we need to do is to enter system mode on the BX label printer. And how we do that is by pressing a couple buttons on the front of the LCD panel. And if you look at the instructions I have here on in front of you, just follow them until eventually you get to select web utility via USB and enable and reboot the printer. Now we're going to install the NDIS driver on my local Windows 11 Pro laptop. I want to mention a few things first. First, I don't want to plug in the USB cable until I have completely installed the NDIS driver. And number two, this is a Windows only solution. It will not work with a Apple or Android computer. Now that we're looking here at my C drive, the root of my C drive, I've installed, as you can see here, when I unzip the file that I downloaded from toshibatech.com downloads, this file called infcat install. If I click on that, you'll see these four files. Now, I've already installed this on my laptop and I don't need to install it again, but I just want you to follow through the procedure. And the key feature is on this file here called a batch or bat file, I want to right click it and run it as an administrator. And that's going to give you this PNP utility saying that the driver package was added successfully. In my case, as I said, it already exists in my system. I don't need to do it again, but this is what we're looking for. So now I've successfully installed the NDIS driver. I can insert my USB cable into my laptop and proceed to connect to the BX label printer and print via USB cable to the printer. The advantage of this, again, is I did not have to install any proprietary software on my local computer to make this happen. And we'll see in a few moments how I can fully view the web browser of the printer. Toshiba BX series of industrial label printers uses the standard Seagull scientific print drivers used by many different vendors and operating systems and software platforms across the label print industry. I just want to see in this instance, I'm connected on USB 2 to print. So now that we have our NDS driver properly installed and I'm connected via USB cable from my laptop directly to the label printer, we can log into the web utility web browser of the BX series industrial label printers by typing in this IP address. And it has to be this IP address specifically to type in. And then I'm just going to type in my username and password and log in. So now we're looking at the web browser of the printer. And again, I want you to notice I've not downloaded or installed any specialty software for this printer. It's entirely managed via the web browser. Just a few things while we're here. Notice that we can easily emulate a Zebra, Sato, Datamax, Intermec, or Honeywell label printer. And there's lots of things I can show you here, but I'm just going to go to this one here called Tool and Test Print. And I'm going to choose barcodes, and we're going to print 3 of them and test print. So there's 3 labels printed via the USB driver, via the NDS print driver on USB. As a bonus, for those who find it at times hard to interpret what the symbols mean on the front of the BX label printer, I created in Bartender a .btw file that you can print on the label and stick on the top of the label printer, so that you don't have a hard time figuring out what the symbols mean. If you find this useful, send me an email. I'll email it to you. As you can see, this is my contact information. Any questions, I'd be happy to help. Toshiba's new BX series of industrial label printers brings many new innovations to the label printer market. This is the first Toshiba label printer that combines Toshiba's eBridge Next photocopier operating system with Toshiba's new A-BRID label printer operating system, with Toshiba's 20 plus years in the field, very reliable print engine, offering the longest lasting printer ribbons with the lowest total cost of ownership. Some of the new features on the new BX series of label printers includes world-class security, the ability to add apps, the ability to print PDFs, a front panel USB where you can connect third-party devices like a handheld scanner, the ability to connect to the cloud where we can monitor the printer from a distance and make any updates or changes required, and even the ability to print on textile labels. So I hope you found this video interesting, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.